As a new agent, giving away 40% of my $1 million commission had a big impact on me. I have to give you some advice, guys. Don't ever do that. I watched this video and point after point after point, which I'm gonna go over in a minute, I was like, oh my God, this is brilliant. I am in. The next day I clicked to join and it's been a fun ride ever since. What is EXP and why would you be inclined to join? So as agents, what is number one to us after being of service to our clients and making an impact? Getting paid, right? We work for money, we work to get paid. And the first thing that caught my eye as an agent with EXP is the commission and cap, because I was working for a flat fee shop in Arizona, but in Mexico, I was working for a major chain and I had an 80-20 split with no cap ever. Flat fee sounds good, but after so many deals, you want to make sure that the numbers make sense. So at EXP, there's an 80-20 split with a $16,000 cap. Once you pay in that cap, then you just have a per transaction fee, and there's a couple other small fees in there as well. Your E&O fee, but that's capped at $500, and then a broker review fee of $25. So really insignificant. That made so much sense to me because I then knew that as soon as I met my cap, then I was going to be paid 100%. So that balanced out everything. So along with that cap comes a program called Icon. So when you reach your cap of 16,000 and then you do 20 more transactions after that, you have a chance to become what is called an Icon agent. And that's a really significant milestone at the company where you get that $16,000 that you paid in back as company stock. So now you have ownership in the company. So what a more amazing program that they came up with and to compensate their top agents. I love that. Just for doing what you do, you're getting this back. Number two are stocks. So when you have your first transaction of the year, you are paid $250 in stock. When you cap, you get $400 in stock. When you Icon, you can get that $16,000 back in stock. And then they have one more amazing program to buy more stock in the company. And that's on each transaction, you can get 5% of your commission back in stock, but at a 10% discount. So not only are you earning money, which you would be doing anyway, you are building ownership in the company, and then your stock are a legacy that you can put into your investment portfolio. So after the commission and cap and stock comes something called revenue share. It's a little bit complex, but what it is, you know how you love your company and people come to you and go, oh, what company should I join? Of course, you're going to tell them whatever company you're working at because you love it. So when I worked at the big chain, I would tell people to work there. When I worked at the flat fee place, I would tell people to come and work there. But I wasn't compensated for that. So with EXP, revenue share allows you to bring other agents into the company, to join your team, to work together to make an impact and service on the economy. And then you are compensated for that. So revenue share comes, it has you, then anybody you bring in is on your first tier, and then anybody they bring is on their first tier, but on your second tier, and this goes down 7 levels deep. I mean, this is brilliant compensation. It is the most brilliant income source in the world, I feel. There are caps on it. So let's say you have Mary that came in, you can make a maximum of $2,800 a year on your first tier agents, and then it changes for each tier. So I'm not going to go into this on this call, but just know that just for doing what you're doing, referring agents to the company you love, the company that is compensating you, you get another source of income. So there's another reason why I joined EXP, and that was for my upline. When you join, you pick a sponsor. So let's say you love what you're hearing here and you want to talk to me more. You're going to click below to have a phone call with me. And if any of this resonates with you, you would love to join my team. But before you do that, I want you to hear a little bit about upline. So remember when I was talking about those 7 tiers? I'm your first tier, but then you have the 7 tiers above you that you also get to tap into all of their knowledge and all of their training. So right now at your broker, you get to tap into your broker's knowledge. At EXP, you have your 7 tiers, plus you have the company infrastructure and the company virtual world where all of our training is. It's unbelievable. We have over 80 hours of training a week that's accessible online. And these trainings are done by Icon agents, which are the top agents in the world. So it's just brilliant. As far as the upline goes, so immediate upline is Mike Sherrard. And just to tell you a little bit about Mike, he is our top producer at EXP. He has broken multiple records for recruiting agents or attracting agents in under 2 years. He has the most frontline qualifying agents and the largest numbers of frontline agents. He built our group called the Wolf Pack to 1,000 agents in 2 years. He's what's called an Alpha Influencer Group member, and that's the top 0.01% in the company. He's ranked #1 realtor on social media in Calgary and Alberta. He's ranked in the top 3 realtor on YouTube globally, #1 at EXP. He trains thousands of agents every year to scale their business using social media and has over 60,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel. That is mind-blowing. He's my first line sponsor. He would be your second line. And you get all of his social media training that's in an area on our team site called The Hub. So Mike's sponsor was someone named Connor Steinbrook. He's at the top 50 of EXP Realty, the top 0.01%. He has over 2,000 agents in his group. He is the creator of one of the top real estate investing channels, Investor Army, with over 40,000 subscribers. He has an elite personal development and mindset coach. I have to tell you, I've done a lot of network marketing since I was 25. I do not miss our Monday calls with Connor. I've learned more in the last year about mindset and personal development than I have in the last 25 years. He is the creator of a Revenue Share Growth Academy, and he shares all of his training with us, and he also does special trainings every so often that we can invite the general public to help with our agent attraction. So Mike and Connor developed a group called the Wolf Pack. So as a collective group, our sponsor and all of our team is called the Wolf Pack. And it's a record-breaking group at EXP. We are the industry-leading social media training on every platform, including lead generation, personal branding, video marketing, client attraction, and more. We have 4 live mastermind calls a week on scaling different aspects of your business and life, including 8- and 9-figure featured speakers. We have a private internal Wolfpack hub that resolves all of those pain points of getting into a new brokerage: onboarding, support, production, acceleration, branding, mindset, business planning, and more. We have one of the most intimate family-like cultures at EXP, like the Wolf Pack versus the Lone Wolf. We have the highest show up and engagement rate to our weekly calls. Not only the fastest growing group, but we have one of the highest retention rates. People love our group. So I wanted to tell you, we solve some of the most common core problems, like not getting broker support, always on the clock, and having no flexibility in your business. Top agents not sharing their tricks. Well, our Icon agents are more than happy to come on and share what they know. I can tell you my reasons, and if any of those resonate with you, I encourage you to click below and schedule an appointment with me. So to tell you a little bit about myself, I was born and raised in Minnesota, and in 1986, I moved to Arizona to go to ASU. Halfway through my studies, I met and married my husband. We ended up having 3 beautiful children, and I was working for FedEx. I was there for 19 years total, but we had gone on our 5-year wedding anniversary trip to Hawaii. And we were at a timeshare presentation, and I was so intrigued by how did these people find this job? I'm thinking, how do you get to Hawaii? How do you start selling timeshares? And instead of listening to the presentation, I was asking a lot of questions, and it all came down to, he said finally in exasperation, you got to get your real estate license. So the wheels started turning in my brain, and I thought, wow, I could get my license and have a significant impact on our household income. So flash forward, I got back from that trip. I went to the Arizona School of Real Estate and Business, and I did what they then called the 9-day crash course. I got licensed, and I was one of the few people who passed the test the first time. That was really exciting for me. And I jumped into my career right away. So I started at Century 21. It was only 2 miles from my house. And that was important to me with 3 small children, that I could buzz over to the office, do something, come back, go show homes, and get back to the house quickly. And I sold my first $1 million home at Century 21 within the first 6 months. And it was a real eye-opener because I was on a 60-40 split with no cap. And as a new agent, giving away 40% of my $1 million commission had a big impact on me. So shortly thereafter, I went to a small broker. They're no longer in business, and I can tell you why. At the time I was there, I don't think I ever saw or talked to my broker once. He just was never around. And I was really one of those average agents. You know, the average agent only does between 1 and 4 deals a year. The average agent barely can pay for their fees. The average agent doesn't save at all. And in 2013, I was going through a divorce, and I decided to go back to ASU to finish my 2 degrees because now my small children are teens in high school. And I wanted to be a good example for my children moving forward. And during that time, I let my real estate license lapse. I have to give you some advice, guys. Don't ever do that, because even though I thought I was gonna finish my degrees and move on to a new career, you never know what life is gonna bring you. So I finished a degree in health education, minor in nutrition, and I also finished a certification as a Spring Forest Qigong Master Healer. And I thought, oh my God, I'm gonna be a health guru. I had a job at Blue Cross Blue Shield as a corporate health coach. And I also got a certification in motivational interviewing, which is a specialty of understanding someone's stage of change, where they're at with making significant health decisions. So I thought, oh my God, I'm in the perfect career. During that time, I started going down to Puerto Penasco, Rocky Point, Mexico, more than I did during my marriage. And I met my husband, and we got married in 2018. But I was sitting down with him one day, and I said, babe, it's gonna be 5 to 10 years before I'm making $5,000 a month as a health guru. It's just such a slow business. And I said, you know, how would you feel if I went back to real estate? And he said, you know, I think that's a great idea. So in 2019, I went back to the Arizona School of Real Estate and Business. I retook the entire 9-day crash course. I had to take my test over, again, passed it on the first try, and jumped back into real estate. But the difference this time was that I decided I wanted to be a professional. So a friend of mine was a recruiter for my home group, And they had this fantastic training program called the Ultimate Experience. And I was like, I'm gonna do this. It's a 3-month training. I'm gonna get up to speed on all the technology and everything I need to really take my business to a professional level, not just part-time. And when that program was almost over, they offered a Diplomado, which is the licensing class in Puerto Penasco, which is in the state of Sonora, Mexico. And I couldn't pass up that opportunity. So it was a month-long class. It was every day, 8 to 5, and most of it was in Spanish. It was the hardest class I've ever taken in my life, and I passed. So I'm super excited that I had my licensing in Arizona and Mexico. And a lot of you don't know, but this place, Puerto Penasco, called Rocky Point, is what we call in Arizona, Arizona's beach, because we're 3.5 hours south of Phoenix and Tucson. The area has, people in the colleges have come down here for spring break and camped on the beach before there was any condos here. So it's really fun to help people find their home and their little piece of paradise on the beach. What better lifestyle could I ask for? I love it. I was doing great. I was closing right away, 2 to 4 deals a month. It was fun, it was dynamic, and then COVID hit. So during COVID, I decided to seek out certifications. I got my pricing specialist, my seller representation specialist. I did an iBuyer certification. I did a REO certification. And then I'm online one day and I see this thumbnail for a video that said, why EXP? And I thought, oh my God, in real estate, there's a billion acronyms. I'm like, I don't know what this is. What could this be that I don't know what it is? So I clicked on the video and it was Mike Sherrard talking about EXP Realty. And guys, I had never heard of EXP Realty. This was in 2019. So the company was founded in 2009. And in 2019, I had never heard of it. That is crazy, isn't it? If you're thinking that some of this sounds really good, that some of what I've gone through has resonated with you, please schedule a call with me. I'm super excited to learn more about your business and how EXP can solve those problems in your life. I love this company. I can't believe how it's given me the confidence to come on and talk to you. It's given me the confidence to build my business, to create a business that truly is making an impact and being of service to others, not only my clients, but to other agents like you. Thank you, and I'll talk to you soon.